Let me ask you something. Why do some people make $60,000 a year and quietly build wealth, while others make $250,000 plus and stay broke? It's not income, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, it's strategy. Most people are workers, some people are earners, but the very few think like a money strategist. Once I understood that difference, everything changed. A money strategist doesn't chase money, they position it, they control it, they deploy it. Years ago, I overheard two millionaires talking. One of them said, poor people think money is about income and rich people know it's about systems. That sentence changed the way that I saw everything. So I started studying how real wealth builders think, not influencers, not lottery winners, not hype, strategists. And today, I'm giving you 37 laws that money strategists follow. If you apply even a fraction of these consistently over the next 3 years, your financial life will not look the same, and it'll be looking much better. Let's start with the foundation. A job pays you once, an asset pays you repeatedly. Rental properties, dividend stocks, digital products, business equity. Money strategists understand one rule: ownership beats effort. You don't get rich by working more hours, you build wealth by owning systems that work for you. Most people increase spending when income rises. That's how you stay broke at every level. A money strategist locks in a spending ceiling. If you make $4,000 a month, live on $3,000. If you make $7,000 and still live on $3,000 for a while, that gap between income and expenses is where wealth is born. You can't optimize what you don't measure. Track net worth, cash flow, debt ratios, investment returns. Workers guess and money strategists, they calculate. Income doesn't grow magically. It grows when your value grows. Sales, communication, investing, knowledge, negotiation, technology. A money strategist upgrades skills annually because your skills determine your ceiling. Every recession transfers money from the emotional to the prepared. When markets crash, most people panic and sell. A money strategist prepares cash reserves and looks for quality assets at discounts. Fear creates opportunity. Preparation determines who wins. A lot of people hear passive income and think it means zero work. That's a fantasy. Rental properties require tenant management, repairs, and occasional vacancies. Stock portfolios require rebalancing when allocation drift. Businesses require updates, optimization, and oversight. A money strategist understands something important. Passive income is not no effort, it's just leveraged effort. You front load intelligence and systems so that the ongoing workload is minimal, passive as possible. The difference between a worker and a strategist isn't whether they work, it's how their work compounds. Ask yourself this: is what I'm building today going to require my time forever? Or is it going to produce income long after I stop touching it? That question alone can reshape your decisions. If your income stays flat while costs rise, you're already moving backward. A money strategist increases income every year intentionally. Raises, side projects, investments, business expansion. Stagnation is regression. Most people underestimate time. They think, I'll start investing once I make more. But compounding doesn't care about your intentions. It only responds to time and consistency. If two people invest the same amount monthly, but one starts 10 years earlier, the early starter can end up dramatically much wealthier, even if they invested less total money. Why? Because growth builds on growth. And the earlier you start, the longer your money starts working for you without your involvement. A money strategist doesn't wait for perfect conditions, they start small, because small, consistent action beats delayed perfection every time. Don't defend mistakes. Cancel bad subscriptions, sell losing assets, exit weak investments. Sunk cost is ego. Money strategists pivot fast. If you cannot explain how something makes money in simple terms to where a little kid can understand it, you shouldn't own it. Complexity hides risk. There are many opportunities that are presented to money strategists that they will never go with because that's something that they don't understand, while others will buy the latest hype while they don't understand it. And that is why a lot of them panic sell when it starts going sideways. Understanding creates conviction. Cash feels safe, but safety without growth quietly erodes wealth. Inflation reduces purchasing power every single year. That means money sitting idle is slowly shrinking in real value. Now, don't misunderstand this. A money strategist absolutely keeps cash reserves. Emergency funds will protect you from having to sell investments at the wrong time. But excess cash beyond that, that needs to be deployed. Strategists assign every dollar a role: protection, growth, income. Idle money is wasted potential. Most purchases are ego-driven. Cars, clothes, status items. Wealth is built quietly. Money strategists do not perform for applause. They couldn't care less what other people think. When everyone's greedy, be cautious. When everyone's fearful, investigate. Crowds are emotional. Strategists are analytical. One of the biggest myths in wealth building is that you need one massive win. You don't. You need disciplined repetition. $500 invested monthly for 20 years is far more powerful than $20,000 invested once and forgotten. A money strategist builds automatic systems, automatic transfer, automatic investing, automatic saving, because they know something critical. Willpower fades and systems endure. You don't have to rise to your motivation, you fall to your systems. Debt for liabilities trap you. Debt for income-producing assets can accelerate growth. Money strategists understand leverage. They don't abuse it. A perfect example of where you can use debt to build wealth is real estate. If you're a Dave Ramsey follower, then any type of debt is evil for you. But that's not really the case if debt is used responsibly. Most people treat taxes like punishment. Money strategists treat taxes like a strategy. The tax code is filled with incentives. Why? Because governments reward certain behaviors. Owning property, starting businesses, investing long-term. Depreciation can offset rental income. Retirement accounts defer taxation. Certain business expenses reduce taxable profits. If you ignore the tax code, you're playing half the game. Strategists don't evade taxes, they optimize legally. And that optimization can be the difference between building wealth slowly or accelerating it dramatically. Fortunes often come from one major move: buying during a crash, acquiring undervalued property, starting the right business. Preparation allows you to act when others hesitate. Yes, in most cases, wealth is built truly by daily consistent action, but you need to be prepared for that one big opportunity if it does come. Not everyone deserves access to your vision because they'll try to stop you from chasing it. Sometimes it comes from the closest people you know. When I wanted to quit my job that I was at for about 5 years to pursue my real estate career, my mom told me not to do it and that I was making a big mistake. She means well, as she just wants to see me safe. But in reality, I needed to take that risk, especially when I still can, because as you get older, the riskier it gets. Move quietly, let results speak for themselves. 80% of results come from 20% of effort. Find the few actions that drive the most growth and double down on that. If money becomes the only goal, you risk building a wealthy life that feels empty. A money strategist understands that money is leverage. It buys time, it buys freedom, it buys options, but it cannot buy health. It can't buy meaningful relationships. It can't buy purpose. Wealth without direction becomes consumption. Strategy without values becomes greed. The goal isn't to accumulate, it's to design a life intentionally that you truly love. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button and as well consider subscribing. It does a ton with the YouTube algorithm and it would be greatly appreciated. I'm still trying to get to 1,000+ subscribers. I didn't hit my goal last February, but I'm hopefully be able to hit it this month. For you doing that, here's a cute picture of my pup Roman. Saving accounts are parking lots. They're not wealth building engines. Most people just save to save with no plans to invest. This goes against anyone that is trying to get their money to work for you. Invest to grow and have your money work for you. Banks lend your deposits at interest. Use the same principle wisely. Borrow strategically, invest intelligently. Carefully arbitrage works only when risk is controlled and cash flow is stable. Money strategists calculate risks before leveraging. There will also come a time when you need to start deleveraging to take risks off the table. And this is a case-by-case basis. This is something that you'll need to be aware of the timing, because some people are in their building mode and some people are in their harvesting mode. That's going to determine when you're ready to take on more risk and as well take some risks off the table. Lower interest rates reduce payments. Reduced payments increases margin. Margins build wealth. Credit controls the rate that you get your money, so you want to make sure that you always keep your credit in great condition. Rewards are useless if balances carry interest. Pay in full or don't use them at all. There's nothing wrong with not using credit cards at all. Don't fall for the rewards, because at the end of the day, if you can't pay it in full, those rewards are pointless and you just end up losing more money on interest. High fixed expenses are invisible chains. The more that you lock yourself into mandatory payments, the less flexibility you have to pivot, invest, or take risks. Imagine two people earning the same income. One has low fixed expenses and the other has luxury payments stacked high. Who can invest aggressively? Who can survive a layoff? Who can take advantage of an opportunity when it appears? The one with flexibility. A money strategist protects optionality at all costs because flexibility creates leverage. Small expenses accumulate. Daily spending habits matter. Money strategists review finances quarterly, not emotionally, strategically. Experiences are better when not financed with interest. Lots of people will put their vacations and fun times on credit cards, sometimes even loans. Build assets first and enjoy life from that cash flow. There's a tendency to overcomplicate wealth. Crypto arbitrage bots, complex derivatives, multi-layered schemes, but look at most durable wealth builders. They own real estate, they own businesses with predictable demand, they invest in broad market funds. Simple doesn't mean small, it means scalable and understandable. A money strategist chooses clarity over complexity because complexity hides risks. Simplicity compounds. Paper profits fluctuate. And when I say paper profits, I mean gains that exist on paper but haven't been realized as cash. Let's say you buy stock at $100 and it goes up to $150, your account shows plus $50. That is a $50 gain on paper, but you haven't actually locked it in. If the stock drops back down to 100 tomorrow, that $50 disappears. You actually never received cash. Cash flow pays bills. Rent, dividends, business income. Freedom requires recurring income. Markets reward those who wait. The average investor underperforms the market not because the market fails, but because they interrupt compounding. They sell too early, they panic too fast, they chase too often. A money strategist understands that patience is not passive, it's a strategic restraint. And sometimes doing nothing is the smartest move. Silence and execution is power. Take profits strategically. Most people get greedy and never know when to stop, and risk everything they have to gain for something that they don't need. Protect capital. Survival beats ego. Consistency wins. Automatic investing, long-term holding, periodic rebalancing, that's strategy. Momentum is fragile. You can build investment for years and one unexpected crisis can force liquidation at the worst time. Emergency funds prevent desperation. Desperation causes bad decisions. Bad decisions erase progress. A money strategist protects progress first because staying in the game is more important than a short-term gain. One income stream is fragile, two is stability, three or more is resilience. Redundancy builds security. This is something that you'll want to do once your wealth grows, not in the beginning so your focus doesn't get too scattered. At the beginning of your wealth building journey, you'll want to really go all in on something that you know best and really become an expert at. And then you'll eventually diversify. Your earning power is your foundation. Stocks may return 8 to 10% annually, real estate may generate strong returns, but improving your skill set can increase income by 20, 50%, even 100% sometimes, and higher income accelerates investment capacity. Strategists never stop learning. They read, they study, they practice, they upgrade, because when you can increase your value in the marketplace, everything else scales faster. This is the hardest truth. No rescue is coming. Your financial life improves when you take responsibility. Track spending, increase income, deploy capital, stay disciplined. Execution separates consumers from builders. Let me leave you with this. You don't need all 37 laws tomorrow. Pick 5, apply them for 90 days, and then add 5 more. 3 years from now, your financial life will look completely different because wealth is not built from motivation. It's built from strategy executed consistently.